Hey everybody, I just wanted to take a moment to show you my planner. About 4 years ago I started making my own planners because I found that the planners available for teachers didn't really fit my needs as a music specialist. Getting them spiral bound is pretty much going to be effective for any kind of notebook that would ordinarily fit in a three-ring binder. The spiral binding is comparable to the price of a binder, and so it's a pretty reasonable option. I prefer this traditional spiral rather than the kind that has the closure that you pry open with using that little machine that a lot of schools have, just because this is not going to pop open if it gets dropped, and that's handy. The cover is cardstock, and I color printed it and then had it laminated in 10mm lamination. When it was being bound, I asked the people who bound it for me to cut this side a little bit short so that then whenever I looked at the right side, there would be a lip hanging over to the side so that it'll protect any tabs that I might put on here. Here is my seating chart. My seating chart includes 4 rows. I have magnets on my ceiling, and so there's blue magnets, red magnets, green magnets, and yellow magnets, and that fits perfectly. I can organize this either by grade level or by day, depending on my preference. I've done it both ways, and both ways work. Then I have place for a checklist for my students, and sometimes I have kids who are not in the original homeroom. They're sprinkles from other classes, and so I have a little extra space for them. I've learned to leave open space for myself to make notes as I need to. It was in the past, my seating chart checklist area was a little more cluttered than it is now. Next, I have my roadmap section. My co-teacher and I, we plan together, and we try really hard to stay in sync with what we're doing so that our students are receiving similar lessons. As you can see here, there's enough space for 4 lessons for each grade level represented on this page. This is my primary section. I've modified this to make sure that there's room for a post-it note. I'm considering, when we roadmap together, I'm considering writing my ideas on a post-it note. That way, if there's a change, we can just move the post-it note. If you decide to make your own planner, it's very important to leave a track on the inside margin of your pages so that your spiral will not cause a problem for you. Had I chosen to bring this column over farther, I might have trouble writing in it because it would be too close to the spiral. So make sure that you leave plenty of space. I have a similar road mapping page for my older grade levels, and we just generally keep our objectives and basic ideas about what lessons we're going to use, and then this is the document that we go back and refer to when we create our formal lesson plans that we submit into our lesson plan management system for our school district. Then in the back I have some special pages for things like field trips. Our choir takes 2 field trips each year, and this page really hasn't changed all that much in terms of form, and so whenever I get ready to start planning the field trips for the year, I go back and I find the information that I used the year before and I transfer it to this new page so that I'm not starting from scratch. And then I've also found that I prefer blank pages. I have tried using different lined pages, and those certainly work, but I feel like the blank pages give me a lot of freedom to write what I need to do. And the back is just a continuation of the pattern that's on the front, but it's a little bit more simple. The only other thing that I would mention is that in the seating chart, I've made this seating chart accessible to me as a left-handed person. If you're right-handed, you would probably prefer to put your seating chart on this side and your student list over here. Both left-handed versions and right-handed versions are available on melodysoup.com for download. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great year and happy 2017-2018. Make it a great one. Talk to y'all later.